Morning, Bramblers.
Good morning, Bramblers. We're not sure how much the wind is going to affect the sound.
And this makes it so much more exciting.
It does. Today's job is
Putting up this ginormous tent. It's not a marquee, hey ho.
it's a big tent.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we've forgotten how big it is. I think it's about 21 feet by 10 feet, or 7 meters by 3 and a bit.
It is windy. We have slightly challenging conditions.
And we assume that the instructions are inside somewhere.
There's 2 boxes.
So
It'll be in the one that we don't open
So
first.
step number 1, open up the boxes, find the instructions to see how big it is.
What could go wrong? How long will this take? 1 hour or 100?
Well, the video will probably take about 20 minutes.
Yes.
But
Okay, let's get on.
let's get on with it. The first one of these tents that I ordered.
You told them last time.
Yeah, but this is the problem. You assume that they watched the last video.
Of course they would.
These could be new viewers.
Okay.
The first tent I ordered from AliExpress, direct from China. And it was, I think, £115. I waited 2 weeks excitedly.
So excited.
And I was over here one day and I got the notification that it had been delivered. Oh, I was so excited. So I drove to where we're staying. I asked Jill, well, where is it? She said, what? I said, the tent has been delivered. It hadn't been delivered. It had been wrongly delivered about 150 miles away. You can imagine somebody from a delivery company knocking on your door saying, you've ordered this.
Oh, it never
Now,
went bad, did it?
that would have been bad enough. But there was nobody at the property where it was delivered. So they just left it outside the front door. They took a photograph of it and said to the seller it's been delivered. We had no chance to get it redirected to us. I ordered another one. That one wasn't delivered at all. I finally gave up and ordered from a company on eBay. Delivery from the UK. They're about 100 miles less than 100 miles away from us. I got it within 3 days and it was £3 more expensive. So there's a moral to that somewhere.
Yes.
You can entertain the camera a moment.
Okay. So we're needing to find these earth screws, so a really long screw, so we can secure it into the earth, because we're not having concrete down, and obviously we've got to secure it. So far, apart from the odd, it's been an absolute breeze. It's been really, really easy, so that's been a positive. Not sure how long we've been doing this for, but it doesn't feel like any time at all. Really simple, easy instructions, and apart from that one blip on the bottom, everything else is lined up perfectly. So far, really good, really pleased. Yeah, onward. Now I have to tell you, another beautiful day at Bramble, a little bit on the breezy side, so that might make it a little bit more exciting when we put the canvas over it, but it's going really well. One of the things, another mistake that was made, or just as we were building, was a huge pile of earth that we'll want moving, but at the moment we have to keep it there because we can't afford to dig a man back. But once that has gone, that will make just such a massive difference to the back, and to be able to turn the cars here, to be able to work, so that will be something that will hopefully we can get done in the not too foreseeable, too far ahead. Somebody asked about the orangery, when's that being completed? We are simply saving our money at the moment to get the window and the door to make it watertight. So that's something that we are really hoping to get done shortly, because we will definitely be sitting out there days like today. The front of the cottage is dark. The back is a sun trap, so in the day this is where we'll want to live at the back. So that will just be a case of, as soon as we can afford it, that will be, the front door comes first because there's water coming in from the front door. The back door has fallen to pieces, so it's basically the doors and this orangery, and then we know we still have a window to replace at the back, which we want to replace with a patio door, but at least that's secure. So basically we're just trying to secure the cottage as soon as we can now. While we're saving up for that, we've got my project this coming week. We're between a couple of different things. While the weather's so good, we wanted to be in the garden, but also I want to finish the front bedroom, which will be our bedroom. I want to finish that because that will be our first room completely finished. So anyway, have you found what you were looking for?
I found some. I think I only bought 4 for the moment.
Okay. Those in, so that will be for the cover. Is that a similar kind of thing, or?
I think so.
Okay.
Right, so normally you'd have this. You'd be fixing it down onto concrete or big slabs. So you drill into the concrete, you put those in, and then put the bolts up through there. We can't do that. So what we can try is screwing that down into the ground and then bolting it through the bottom somehow. I have some other bolts, but basically then it'll be like this. So it'll be kept down in that way. That's the idea of this.
Okay, okay.
So we just carry on and assemble it for the moment.
Okay.
Jill has just whispered into my ear, I need some food soon. So we'll pause the camera for now,
Yeah, but we need to secure this.
have a little bit of a snack, and then we'll come back. Okay then, Chief, what's next? She looks worn out.
Right.
So, well, Jill had got the lunch ready, fix this one in properly. So now we're going to go to that corner at the back.
Sounds like a good plan.
It does.
Right. Other than Nick, what else?
Sorry about that. Right. We're going to...
There was music because there was a lot of naughty words going on in the last bit. Fingers and that are trapped.
Right, we're going to stop the camera.
We are.
Put the tools away.
Yes.
Then we're going to make a cup of tea and have a little chat.
Yes. Let's do that.
There's something missing.
A table and biscuits.
Yes.
Okay. Well, our Bramble Cottage just doubled in size.
Yeah. Interesting, really. This tent is bigger than the living room. It's big. Actually,
Bigger
it's big.
than-
It's bigger than every single room.
It is way
in Bramble.
bigger. It's bigger than the living and dining.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't a bad job. I don't know why, having had this thing in the house now for, it's going to be 6 months, why we chose a windy day to put it up. But no risk, no fun, and if it's still standing tomorrow, then we know that it will be alright. Yeah, it was my fault.
But
Yeah, it's
really wonderful.
it's bouncing up and down. a
It
little
is.
bit.
So we've got the corners secured, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
But not the two mid-ones.
Right, so the tent itself came with some raw bolts for securing it to concrete. It came with some tiny little earth screws to put some ropes on to secure it down. But in my mind, the earth screws wouldn't have been enough. If we did have a great big patio area, then the raw bolts would have been good. What I've learned from this is I need to go back and check the instructions. But the instructions didn't say where to put the corner feet in the first place.
No,
If they'd said measure 3.5 meters by, okay, but it doesn't.
no, the instructions were actually too simple. A little bit more advice would have been.
Now I wasn't on the instructions this time. I should go back and
Yeah,
check
no,
later on.
yeah, please do. But there actually wasn't anything. So, but the worst bit are these peg things that just pinch your fingers every time. The rest was really straightforward. The frame was great. And if it hadn't been such a windy day as well. But when do we do things on the easy way?
No, it's not.
And the only other thing I see is because Rich wanted this not only for storage and work, but he wanted to bring Lula
Milan over.
in to work on, and that's going to be quite an effort to get it in that end. But anyway,
No problem.
that's.
Well, I've already got it worked out.
I like the way that it's got little mesh windows because it's an improvement what we had. The white is a little bit of an eyesore looking at it. However, seeing the height, it makes me convinced that this is the right area for our carport workshop area down here. Really good.
Yeah.
So that's a positive.
This is 20 feet long by 10 feet wide, and this was roughly the size of shed that I'm looking to build eventually. And this is roughly the position we talked about.
Yeah, it is.
So that it's a good size shed, or it will be a good size shed.
Mm-hmm.
For the moment, it's a storage area. Today's Saturday. Sunday Jill has the day off. She does relaxation things like washing, ironing, cooking, cleaning.
A day off Bramble. And he does like a Sunday roast on a Sunday,
Yeah.
which I enjoy cooking as
So
well.
one of my favourite ways to spend Sunday morning is to come over here first thing,
Potter,
listen to the church bells while I'm working.
if he's up in time.
So tomorrow, okay, she's got a point there.
Yeah.
tomorrow morning I'll come over and I'll move the pallets inside, put the pallets down, and start to empty my garage out of the non-valuable, well, there's no valuable stuff in there anyway, things like the wood that I've collected, bring that out so that over time we empty the garage.
And what I think we both realise, there's a lot, I'm sure there's a lot of you on here, especially at springtime, there's loads about decluttering in the house, normal decluttering. However, was Rich and I filling up that car on the last video you saw, clearing the space for this.
The last video you may have seen,
So
because
good.
we have a little bit of a YouTube problem, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. It made us realise we have to make a better effort to get rid of stuff off. Completely understand that you think, oh, will that be handy? But when we have this clear area, it makes us feel so much better.
Oh yeah.
And when we can, we'd love to get rid of that garage, because yet again, that would be another major step forward. But yeah.
The man that we use for any earthwork, Steve, bigger man.
He's a bigger man. He's
very,
a marvel.
He's very good at what he does, and people who are good and reasonably priced. He's not cheap, but his price is fair.
He's
well,
skilled,
actually,
isn't he? He's skilled. He's really skilled.
when you pay for a couple of hours of Steve's time,
That's loads.
you get a lot done in 2 hours
Yeah,
or 3
he's
hours.
really worked so hard.
What we'll do is we'll empty the garage so that if he gets a cancellation any time, or if he gets a rainy day when he can't go and do other work, that we can just say, come over here anytime, Steve, there's this and this to do, and then he can come over and knock the garage down.
And what's wonderful is knowing that he can then use it for hardcore as well, so that's been fantastic, hasn't it? It really has.
Well, yes and no.
Well, we've got big piles. Yeah.
The thing is,
Come on, tell us.
up until the time that Steve came to crush the rubble, and there's a video for that somewhere up there.
Oh yeah.
It was
I see
persistent rain, day after day, week after week of rain. If I look back roughly from the time that Steve came and did that job, we've had hardly any rain,
Loads of storms.
but hardly any rain.
Yeah.
In spite of that, it was still worth doing. We can get the car at the front now without any mud.
Oh no, it is. It was a really good job done. So, yeah.
Yeah, so back to this tent. What I'll need to do is need to go into that great big Amazon store and order 4 more of the,
Oh, the earth.
I think they're called sand anchors or earth anchors. 4 more of those, and then they'll be delivered hopefully tomorrow or Monday.
Oh,
Get
you
the-
sound all shaky, a little boy.
Oh yeah, I'm alright. It's sort of lack of chocolate. Yeah, so get 4 more of those, screw it in, that'll make it more secure. And also realistically, I'll have to have a chat with the next door neighbour. Because when it is windy, it makes a lot of noise.
It does.
And I don't want to fall out with him. See what he says. See if he says that, oh no, the noise is too bad, then maybe we'll have to take it down. But for the moment, it stays up. And
I think it'll be fine.
it'll get filled tomorrow.
We'll start, because let's do it in a way that we can, you don't block yourself in. Also we can get to whatever as well, so.
Yeah. And I've saved a load of pallets. I will put everything on pallets so that when the time comes, when the tent comes down, if everything's on pallets, the digger can come along, pick each pallet up, move it to where it needs to go, and then put it down. Save us some
Sounds good.
work. That's the idea. I promised my dear wife that we'd go and do this quick, easy job in the morning, and then we'd go and do fun stuff. No, not paddling in the seaside, not paragliding, not watercolour painting.
Oh, okay.
But looking at paint and stuff.
You can't leave a job like this half done. It's a good job done.
Well, I could have done.
It would have been, if you'd listened to me and done it on a still day, it might have been. But where's the fun in that?
Where is the fun?
Yeah.
Right, so we will. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, you were
Right,
going to
the
say.
YouTube problem.
Oh, a couple of things actually.
Hang on, no, Mike.
You go first, yeah.
Right, the YouTube problem. At the moment, our channel's staying the same.
Being like this for
Yeah, we're stuck because we've got some great, really loyal subscribers. Thanks ever so much. We get loads of comments from you, and we appreciate those.
Yeah, really
But
do.
we're not growing at the moment, so we'll need to do something about that. Pointing to a few more videos in the hope that people will notice them.
Any suggestions?
Yeah, any suggestions that you have for making for us growing a little bit? It's getting a bit noisy in here now. We've got aeroplanes overhead, wind, tents. So yeah, any suggestions, greatly appreciated.
A couple of things as well. People have questioned things like the orangery, and basically anything. If you just look at what we're doing, and anything like the orangery, it's got it needs a door and a window. We're just simply saving up the money. So at the moment, Rich and I have got enough in this garden and enough in the cottage to be getting on with while we save up the money to be able to do those things, because we do desperately need a front door and back door, etc. So it's just it's purely a case of money. That's the only thing. So we're just doing what we can do that is as inexpensive as possible. The other thing, a couple of people, because there is a separate channel. I've got bramble.co.uk, whereas our
It's not .co.uk.
Bramble Ramble.
There'll be a link up there.
Okay, and that's as our lovely regulars. No, that's to do with just Rich and I, non-renovation, other things that we're up to, or I'm up to. And there, on there it tells you where we were the last few weeks. We were out visiting, we were out in America, we had an absolutely wonderful time. We were visiting our two sons and daughter-in-law, so California and Idaho. It's been over a year since we've seen, but...
Are you plugging your channel?
Slightly. No, but all I'm saying is if there's anything that's you're wondering about, it will be on the other channel, but we just felt that we needed two different ones because there's things people sometimes ask to see about the area we live in, or other things that's going on. So we're kind of doing that, but we realise that is nothing to do with renovation. So it's just different places we visit. The fact that we've got our sons and daughter-in-law in America, so we've been saving up the pennies. One of those lessons is, yes, we could have had the front door, we could have had the orangery done, but we miss our kids so much, and that was our priority, and I don't regret it. I'll wait longer for the doors and windows.
I thought we had a few of these left over, but as I look around I see that we've missed a few, so...
Oh yeah, up there I can see. Okay, anyway.
Alright then.
So that's the end of that. I think we're both tired.
Yep.
But very good job done.
Thanks ever so much for watching.
Thank you. And if you haven't already,
please subscribe. That button down there.
Thank
Thanks
you
ever
so much.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll jump up.